I get into the bulk of my presentation, I want to ask you guys a question. What do you guys think are some of the advantages of a flexible work schedule? Aaron, do you have any idea?
Yeah, how about time off so you can have time with your kids?
Alright. Anything else?
Graduate students. So the class students,
Pursuing hobbies.
You can finish your work on your own time.
Well, that's good for now. But as you guys can see, you guys just came up with some really good, solid qualities. You know, you have time with kids. You grad student. It's good for grad school. You can do your hobbies, and you can finish work on your own time. You know, I know in today's world, today's life, everybody lives a hectic life. I know I feel like I have no time to do anything. I'm sure you guys feel the same exact way. So that's why I'm here to tell you that there's a way to implement a flexible work schedule. Flexible work schedule, you're getting more than just getting better work hours. You know, also you're being more efficient with your time. You're able to work and you're able to have that sense of freedom. According to a survey of National Study of Employers, more than 68% of organizations offer at least some of their employees the option to work an alternate schedule. Companies that embrace job site flexibility, such as Best Buy, McGraw-Hill, Cisco, and Deloitte, witness higher productivity rates and lower employee turnover. Actually, to go along with this is University of Michigan actually did some research on Best Buy, and what they did within an 8-month period, they took 600 employees. 300 of those employees actually were on the flex time schedule, and the other 300, worked your solid regular 9 to 5 hours. They found that 6% of those people actually ended up, leaving Best Buy within that 8-month period, but then from the people who worked from 9 to 5, it was actually 11% of those people ended up leaving the thing. So you can see that's a pretty big difference. That's nearly 100%. And these aren't just statistics that just happen. There's a lot of reasons for this, and that's because there's many advantages to a flexible work schedule. Some of the advantages of a flexible work schedule is that you're able to meet your personal needs. I know everybody has their own needs, their own wants. Everybody has school going on, you have sports, just like you guys were telling me before. And another thing is, I know I hate going in the morning. Every morning, I work the 9 to 5 right now, and 8 o'clock in the morning, I have to go into work, and I'm stuck in traffic. It's the worst thing in the world. But with a flexible work schedule, maybe I can go to work around 10 o'clock or something, and then when it's not as busy or anything like that. And after that, I can maybe leave work at 7 o'clock when there's not nearly as traffic. So it's, there's going to be less commuting time and there's going to be less traffic. And you also get that sense of personal control. Not only, you feel that you're not being owned and possessed by your employers, but you actually have a sense of personal control where you have your own responsibility. There's also reduced employee overload. With a flexible work schedule, you can adjust the time to when you want to work. I mean, I know certain times of day, especially in the morning, is probably the best time for my personal self, where I work at my peak performance. And so I have that option, and I can work in the morning, and then, maybe I want to wake up earlier, and then I can do that, and I'm going to get better performance. In the afternoon, I really don't like to work that much because I'm just tired and out of it. So I can, disperse my time in a meaningful way, and overall I'm going to get, I'm going to reduce my employee overload. Also, for when it comes to women who are pregnant or anything like that, for the employer side, you're going to decrease external child care hours and costs. So normally when you have a baby or something like that, you're most likely going to leave your job because it's just not possible for you to work a 9 to 5 workday. But with, flex time scheduling, you can work maybe in the middle of the week and, work certain hours and you don't have to work that 9 to 5 with a flexible work schedule. But the most important part that I want to tell you is that you're able to meet your family needs. I know to me, family comes first. I'm sure it's the same for all of you. You guys always think about your family before anybody else. According to Keith D. Denton, who's a professor at Southwest Missouri State, who actually, does a lot of research on flex time work scheduling, he said that in today's competitive workplace, employers must remain attuned to the needs of their workforce. Those who will have a distinct advantage. One of the tools being used by U.S. firms to meet this objective is the use of flex time. The reason is simple. It is very popular from the employee's viewpoint. A recent survey showed that 70% of the respondents favored flexible work schedules so that they could spend more time with their families, even if it meant slower career advancement. This is pretty remarkable. I mean, when I think about it, I'm not telling you guys not to to promote slower career advancement, but people would actually be with their family because obviously family, comes first, and that's what Keith D. Denton's study shows is that you could be making a certain amount of money, but you're still taking care of your family. In the end, that's all that really matters. To go along with what I was saying before about accommodating to your lifestyle, with my personal lifestyle, I'm in a relationship, I go to school, I go to work, and unfortunately, in the relationship side, I have a girlfriend. Unfortunately, I cannot hang out with her as much because I'm always doing schoolwork or I'm always at work, and it's just hard. But maybe with a flexible work schedule, what I can do is take 2 hours off in the middle of the day and be like, all right, let's meet somewhere. We get a nice lunch instead of, for example, yesterday we went to lunch and it was only for 30 minutes that we got to hang out. That kind of stinks, and with a flexible work schedule, I'll have more time to hang out with her. But there's other people with other lives, like I was saying before about the pregnant women, but this was a woman who worked at PepsiCo, and she asked for an unusual schedule after the birth of her child. The company cooperated. Now she works 3 10-hour days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And as she says, allowing me to work this way shows the company cares about me. So not only did it help her, but it also even benefited the company because she enjoyed working there and she appreciated that they cared about her and that they would accommodate to her lifestyle. Now that I showed you the advantages of a flexible work schedule, I want to tell you some of the things how you can do to implement this. You must assess the need and benefits of flex scheduling. Like for example, I work for an accounting firm. During tax season, it's probably not going to be very likely that I'm going to get flex scheduling because I'm pretty sure if my boss had the option, I would be working 24 hours a day but unfortunately, I physically can't do that. So with that, you must assess it because during the summertime, I'll be able to get that flexible scheduling. And next, propose a plan of action. Most likely, you're going to have to prepare to negotiate with your employer because most likely they're not going to give you exactly what you want. And then at the end, it's going to be beneficial to your employer and to the employee overall. And after everything is all said and done, you want to evaluate your business performance. MIT Human Resources says that to develop and communicate clearly defined tasks and expectations. For example, ensure that job descriptions are current and performance reviews are conducted annually. So as an employer, you want to make sure that everything is going okay, and MIT Human Resources will, they say that you should do some research and make sure that performance is. But overall, I guarantee you, you're going to get outstanding results. And overall, now I'm going to talk about the results after everything is said and done. You're going to have increased employee morale. There's going to be reduced absenteeism and tardiness. You're going to have a higher incentive to work for your company, and as an employer, you're going to make people happy because you're doing something different that other companies don't do. There's going to be reduced turnover, like I said before, less people are going to quit. It also allows people to work when at their peak performance, like I said before. And you're going to get extended hours especially for things like customer service or something. Maybe people actually prefer to work at night, so you can get them to work at night, and you're going to have an overall larger time frame for customer service. And overall, you're going to have better employer image. All right, with all that said and done, obviously I think flex time is something that should be implemented in every work thing, and I'm going to leave you with this quote, according to the Families and Work Institute. in the future, flexibility won't be a program, a policy, a benefit, or a perk. It will become the way we work.